I don't know why I've been infatuated with Mafia entertainment lately. So after 86 episodes that I watched in the span of 3 weeks, simply because it's that good, I came to understand the argument for The Sopranos being the greatest show of all time. Oh yeah, that's why. So since I had my fill with movies and shows, I decided, like I often do, to turn to video games. And there was one franchise I had not completed yet, the Mafia series. Before I go on with my thoughts, if you liked this video, please let me know with a like and subscribe to the channel for more. I played the Mafia series out of order. I started with 2 on the 360, then I played the third one on PlayStation 4, and until recently I was missing the first one. Now that 2K Games released a definitive edition, I could scratch that mobster itch. Well, kinda. Mafia is an action-adventure game that originally released back in 2002. The remake reimagines Lost Haven in 1930, where you play as Tommy Angelo, a taxi driver that gets caught up in an ambush between 2 rival families. After helping the members of the Salieri family, Don Salieri helps Tommy find the gangsters that messed up his taxi, then gets him more involved in his criminal activity, eventually becoming a made man. The game is pretty cinematic. The opening makes you feel like you're about to watch a Scorsese classic, but with it being a video game and all, I do want to play, and you do find yourself watching long cutscenes for a good 30% of the 13 hours or so it takes you to complete the game. Tommy's redesign from the original isn't bad. He just looks a lot like Lucifer actor Tom Ellis. But after looking up who does Tommy's voice, I guess they took more of a resemblance of his voice actor. Same with the rest of the cast. I did think that Paulie and Sam kinda sounded the same with some exaggerated accents, but nothing too bad. For the most part, the definitive edition looks okay. I did have some jagged lines going across from time to time, and a very funny invisible man running away glitch.
You're tough as nails! Oh shit! Oh, he's got the money, Tom! Oh, catch the bastard!
But nothing too detrimental to the gameplay, which is really split up into 2 parts, combat and driving. You drive a lot. I would say almost as much as anything else. Now that I think about it, you drive a lot in the whole series. We are in the 1930s and the cars drive like it, which is good to keep the realism of that world, but it's not too good in terms of fun gameplay. It simply isn't fun to drive around. Cars are slow and sluggish and take a while to getting used to. You can customize them a little bit, nothing to keep me fully engaged. The difference between the cars is slight, even though they do have stats. With a game that involves being an Uber driver, I just wish it was more fun to do. You have a famous police 5-star system where you get chased upon doing criminal activity. The AI isn't completely useless. It does enough while in combat not to be just to sit and duck waiting for you to shoot him. Hand-in-hand combat, on the other hand, is faulty and unresponsive. I get it's a 2002 game, but an implementation of a new system would have been nice, and again, it missed the mark of being fun. Gunplay is loose and feels off. It isn't that satisfying to blow a mobster away with a shotgun blast. Every gun has a kickback, so this also takes some time getting used to. Again, it might be good for realism, but it isn't good for gameplay. I found myself struggling to get the cursor over my mark more often than not, which leads me to being low on ammo. You can pick up guns on the floor and test other guns, but there isn't anything memorable. I don't just want to shit on the game, but it just feels old, even though it was a 2020 release. Doesn't feel like a remake, it just feels like a swipe of a fresh coat of paint. It's built like an open world game, but it's super linear. It doesn't feel right to go off in search of collectibles like comics and novels while you have to go meet up with Paulie for a briefing. It doesn't have side missions. There is a free ride option, but I would like that to be more ready available while I'm playing the story. What I do like is the game does put you in cool, fun set pieces while chasing or being chased, mapping out obstacles around you to make cool jumps, or shooting the bright red barrel for a huge explosion. Again, it's very linear, but I like that in games. Overall, it's not terrible. It just leaves you with hope of more. Instead of Frankensteining all 3 games and making each better, they took each one and shined it a little bit. I haven't played the other 2 in so long, but I must say the second one has a better story and the third one adds real open world mechanics which are fun. I personally enjoy the series. I know it sounds like I was crapping on it. Hopefully the release of these definitive editions were just a ploy by 2K Games to have us talk about Mafia again, so they can surprise us with a new game, combining what makes each game good into one Mafia ball of goodness. Let me know what you think with a comment down below. Leave a like if you like this video and subscribe to be notified whenever I drop another one of these. Until next time, always and forever, you do you.
Go careful, Tom. The road's a river. Don't worry, I got
this. More of these guys?